Let's talk about the basics of using our body in theater acting. When we're cast as a character, we need to develop that character from the inside out and the outside in. And that means making some decisions about how that character moves on stage that make sense for the show and for the character. And I'm going to talk about a couple different ways that you can look at developing those traits. Hi, I'm Emery. I'm a musical theater educator, director, choreographer, enthusiast, actor, and I'm here to share with you just a couple tips on using your body on stage when you're acting. So in terms of developing a character body, the context of the material of the show that you're doing is incredibly important. It's going to tell you how to physically exist in the space. And what I mean by that is if you think about what your posture and how your body would be held in a musical like, say, My Fair Lady, that is going to be a lot different from how you would stand if you were in Mean Girls. So the context of the time period of the show, the kind of costumes you might be wearing, the age of your character. And so I know sometimes we're playing age appropriate, but if we're in high school, you could be playing an 80-year-old woman or a 10-year-old boy. And that's just sometimes community and high school, middle school theater. So we have to adapt our bodies to play those different roles. If your play is set in a certain time period, looking at old pictures of that time period and see how people are standing in the pictures. When I directed Anne of Green Gables, I had to give my students a hard time because a lot of them were like standing with the hip hop on the stage, and I was like, guys, that is such a modern stance. Like, that's not how they would have been standing when this story was created. So you have to check yourself of your normal tendencies and then layer on how they would move on top of that. So that's just time period. That's not depending on your character. That's everybody in the show has to make that first step. That doesn't matter the character you're playing ensemble to lead. You need to figure out how you're standing and existing in the space, how you're carrying your body. So research your show, watch clips if it's more recent, look at pictures if it's a long time ago. If it's completely modern, go people watch in a coffee shop. Watch how people are holding themselves, how they're standing. Are their clothes affecting the way they stand? Obviously, if you're corseted, that is going to affect how you move. And so you need to take all of this into account when developing your character body for the stage. So I'm going to give you two different axes that you can develop character movement based on. There is so many more than this, but we're just going to talk about two today. The first axis I'm going to give you is the fast to slow axis. If I am a slow-moving character, slow as molasses, I'm a 0. And if I am a chihuahua zinging around the stage like an excited puppy, I am a 10. How fast does your character move through space? Are they always anxious? Are they super high-strung? Are they in a rush? Are they late? Your script is going to give you context clues to what kind of person they are, and then you can develop on the slow to fast axis how they are moving on the stage. So if they are older, maybe they're moving in the slower end of things, the 0 to 5. If they are a 5-year-old boy, maybe they are moving in the 9 to 10 because they're always running because they got tons of energy. Use your context clues, figure out where on the slow to fast axis your character falls. Then the other axis I'm going to get you to look at is the light to heavy axis. And I don't mean body weight, I mean gravity weight. What your character is pushing against, what their resistances are. If I am moving through space freely and I'm always talking with my hands and nothing is holding me back, that is a completely lightweight character. I've got some bounce in my step while I'm going. A lightweight character, there's nothing weighing on them. They are light. It's like playing with a feather. If I have a lot of stresses and I'm a dark and depressed character, or I have just suffered a loss, everything is heavy and down on me, and walking is energy and I'm fatigued. That is a heavy character. And I don't mean in the content of the show, I mean what is weighing on them to create them to move so physically downtroddenly. Everything is weighing. It's all heavy. It is carrying weights on your shoulders, on your arms, on your feet throughout the show. So your light, carefree character to your heavy, burdened character. So we've got two axes, slow to fast, light to heavy. You have to figure out where in that graph your character falls. Do they move quickly but heavily? Are they slow but light? Are they light and fast? Are they slow and heavy? Putting these two factors together can give you a whole bunch of different points to play with about how they physically move in the space, and it's driven by character research and in response to things that happen to them in the show. This does not have to be stagnant. This can change as your character changes in the show. Maybe they start slow and heavy and get to end light and fast. Maybe the energy shifts and everything goes their way and their burdens are released and yay! Yes, there's so much happy theater like that. This graph should give you a starting point of places to play with. Light to heavy, slow to fast. The next thing I want to talk about is the concept of a body lead. This would be if I attached an invisible string to a part of your body and I pulled. That is the part of your body that is driven to lead you around the space. So maybe if I've got that string attached to my chest is my body lead. I am somebody who's very confident. My chest is up and forward, I'm pulling that way. That is what leads me around the space. I am a confident person. I've got my chest up and I'm moving through the space. That is not telling me if I'm moving fast or slow or heavy or light. It's just what's guiding and pulling me. And you have to figure out what your body lead is for your character, what feels natural, okay? If you're somebody that's got their head down a lot, maybe your forehead is your body lead and you're getting pulled that way and this way because you're leaning there. What you want to avoid doing with any kind of head lead is like losing the audience. They did not pay to see the top of your head, they paid to see your lovely face. But that doesn't mean you can't have that be the pull as you move around the space. Okay, so head, chest, you can do a pelvic lead, lean back. Maybe you're playing an older person and need to walk a little bit slower, have your pelvis out a little bit and move through space. So figure out, play around. You're gonna feel the silliest. What I want you to do is go to an empty-ish room and just walk around it, place that lead on different parts of your body and pull. Does this feel like my character would move this way? Does this feel like my character would move this way? Does this feel like my character would move this way? And find what fits into your body and your character's body. So what is your character's body lead? What's the string that pulls them around? So I hope that was helpful. A bunch of different techniques that you can apply to create a character body that are both authentic and genuine to you, but also developed out of the script and with purpose. If you found this helpful, please drop a like and subscribe below. It really helps out my channel and I would greatly appreciate it. And I would love to have you as part of this theater community. I do theater tips like this every week, so I hope to see you back next week. Goodbye.